So, today we're going to talk about how to clone your favorite clients and just stop wasting time on the wrong ones. Because if your business feels like a patchwork of one off projects and meh clients, in this episode, we're going to show you exactly how to drum the people you actually want to work with. I'm Laura Zavelson, and this is the Gen Expert Show, where we talk about how to build a business based on your expertise that makes enough good, consistent money so you never, ever even have to think about looking for a job again. Okay, so truth time. Most of us do not get crystal clear about who we want to work with until after we've had the bad experience of working with people that we don't want to work with. So, a lot of you know, back in the early days, the second company I ever started was a brand strategy agency. And when we first started that agency, we said yes to everybody who walked through the door. You need a full on brand strategy? Yes. You want to jazz up your brand identity, your visual identity? Okay, we can do that too. You want us to write 14 different bios for your three-person company because you can't decide what you want and your evaluating tool is, I know it when I'll see it? Oh, yeah, sure, we'll do that too. Look, we were trying to keep the lights on, and that's normal when your business is young. But let me tell you what happened. As we got bigger and we could have been more selective about our clients, we never drew a line in the sand because I think we were always afraid that, well, what if we lost a client? Then what are we going to do? We just didn't have enough confidence in our abilities. But the reality is that all of those crappy clients that we were dealing with were taking up space that the better clients could have come into. So, that fear was really keeping us from building the business that we wanted to have. Very specifically, it made our business harder to manage. We didn't have a lot of clarity about who we were for, and so that was muddling our message. And in terms of a growth strategy, we couldn't figure out, who we wanted to be when we grew up. And again, that kind of uncertainty takes its toll on the operational side of the business, right? It was really hard to create repeatable systems. Our pricing schedule was all over the map. And in terms of our energy, dealing with crazy clients is super draining. We had one client who used to routinely come in our office and cry, not about our work, just about her business and her family. And, we were like her emotional support system, right? Not necessarily just her brand agency. We had another one, never paid us on time. We chased her every single project for money. We had another one who like didn't believe in deadlines and then would get annoyed when her project was late. And then finally, we had, and this was probably the straw that broke the camel's back, right? We had this guy who we took on who yelled at us. He belittled us for making like the smallest mistakes, and he made me cry. Okay. So that was really the turning point when we were like, we can't take on any more clients like this. And so we sat down and we looked at our client list and we asked one question. If I could wave a magic wand and clone 3 of the clients on this list and get rid of everybody else, who would we pick and why? And let me be clear, we weren't picking based on revenue because that guy who made me cry was super profitable, but it wasn't worth it. I mean, that's never worth it, right? And we actually didn't also base it 100% on personality because yes, you have to have chemistry. But what I really wanted to think about was who made us better? Like, who made our business better? Who could we do award winning work with? How was our energy when we were working on our projects or if we had to go to a meeting with them? Did we want to pick up the phone when they called, right? Or do we want to just kind of like, ooh, it's 4 o'clock. Maybe I can put this off until tomorrow? Did they lift us up or did they make us want to put alcohol in our coffee cups? So once we kind of deconstructed what kind of clients we wanted in the building with us or in the business with us, really everything started to change, right? Because when we thought about, okay, well, we want to develop a new service line, we developed it with those clients in mind. When we were thinking about our own marketing, our own messaging, we made it specifically with those clients in mind. Even when we were thinking about how we delivered our service, right? Our meeting cadences, we did it with what worked best for those kinds of clients. And so when we build our whole business around that vision, some of these other nut jobs started to fall off. So fast forward a lot of years, and a lot of experiences working with service based companies. And I actually created an exercise for my business breakthrough clients that helps them do basically the same thing. I think there's a lot of business coaches out there that will encourage you to create an ideal client avatar. They love rosé and long walks on the beach. But the thing is, you don't have to create a fictional character. There are real people that you love working with, and you know a lot about them. So let's use them, right? We don't have to make this up. So I'm going to walk you through how to do this. But if you want the tools, you just want the tools, grab my favorite client cloner from the description. Okay. It's got the workbook for what I'm about to share with you, but it also has a link to my custom GPT. And this is one that I've preloaded with the questions that I use with my existing clients. So you're still going to have to answer the questions, right? I don't, it's not a mind reader, but it does the analysis for you and it gives you some customized messaging that you can start testing right away. Okay, so here's how you reverse engineer your favorite clients. You sit down with a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, it's your call. I want you to think about what makes a great client for you. Is it someone that took your advice? Maybe it's somebody who was like a great referral partner for you. You got results for them and they told all their friends about you. And then, specifically, they didn't drive you bananas. Sometimes I find that the clients who you think are going to be great, you start working with them for whatever reason, it's just not a good personality fit. And then that happens. But let's see what we can do to make sure that you laugh at each other's jokes before you get involved versus finding that out later. So this is going to take you maybe 10, 15 minutes per client that you answer the questions about, right? But that means that in less than an hour, you'll have enough written that you can look for patterns, or if you're using the GPT, you can have it look for patterns. And what we want to know is how we would reframe our ideal client so we can then think about how to attract them into our business. So if you do use this GPT, what the tool puts out is it puts out a detailed client snapshot. It puts out a list of green flags and red flags. It gives you clarity on what your ideal client might be searching for on Google, and then gives you some messaging examples that you can try. But instead of having me talk about it, why don't I just show you? So what you're going to do is you're going to answer, I think it's 5 or 6 questions about your ideal client. And I really want you to be thinking of an actual person here. And what you get out is this ideal client snapshot. So you get a description of the person, you get the types of problems you help solve, the profitability potential of that market. You get green flags, so what to look for. Maybe if you're doing a discovery call, you get what to watch out for. And then it goes down deeper into the profile of the client. So we look at their challenges and fears, their wants and aspirations. It gives you some ideas of what they might be searching for online, and then some messaging that would draw them in. So you can start using the results from this right away. So if you use the output from the ideal client cloner, all of this together, or if you look for patterns yourself and then sort of think through those different categories, the whole point of this is to send out a stronger signal to the right potential clients. And then maybe it'll help you trust your gut a little bit more when you're thinking about doing business with a client that doesn't meet the profile. So you might be thinking, but Laura, I don't want to limit myself. What if I scare people off? But look, you're not Amazon. You can't be all things to all people. And in the end, clients that don't align with the business you're trying to build always end up taking more of your time, which means they're less profitable by definition. So here's what you're going to do next. So you can either download the worksheet or go try the favorite client cloner GPT. You can do both. It's free, it's fast, it's a little bit fun, and it is going to change how you think about your business. So, whether you go analog or AI with this, either way, you're going to walk away with more clarity on who you want to build your business around, how to find them, and how to make them lean in when you talk. And if you love the results from the favorite client cloner, well, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be rolling out some next step tools to help you build your business in the next few weeks. All right, that's going to do it for me today. Later, Gators, and I'll see you next time.